Hello everybody, and welcome to the February 2019 Lucky Tackle Box unboxing. It's a little cold today. That's the way the temperature fluctuates here in Texas. Yesterday, I believe it was almost 73, 74. Today, I think it managed to top off at 34 because I'm looking at my thermometer right now and it's 34. And the north wind is kind of kicking right now. But anyway, with no further ado, we will get it kicked off for the February 2019 Lucky Tackle Box unboxing in about 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks or so? My co-angler's first bass tournament is coming up at Lake Fork on March 2nd. Hoping to go out there and catch a few, put some in the bag. As you all know, Lake Fork, if you don't know, Lake Fork is a slot limit lake. Anything between 15 and 24 inches has to be thrown back. You can't bring it to the scales. Well, you take a few pictures in the boat while you catch them though. But anyway, yeah, the thing about it is you can bring back anything under 15 inches, anything under 15 inches. It could be 2 inches, 3 inches long if you want to, but it's got to not be touching the scales at 15 inches. And you can, of course, bring any of those big hogs in that are over 24 inches. So if that tail is a little beyond that 24-inch mark, you can bring it in. If they're in between 16 and 24, they have to stay in the boat, in the water. But anyway, with no further ado, let's get back to this. Like I said, it's February 2019 Lucky Tackle Box unboxing, and I don't pre-look because I go with the mistakes as well as the good stuff. And let's get started. And of course, it's all nice and taped in together. First thing we normally have is our Lucky Tackle Box Tackle Guide. Hate glare, there we go. And of course, in that, it tells you everything that comes with the box and the way to use or attempt to use the lures that come with it. And I know I keep saying one of these days I'm going to do a Lucky Tackle Box video, take it out there on the lake and get and try to catch some fish with it. But right now, I think I'll pass on that for a minute. And I guess we'll start to see what's in the box. Let's see, right? The first off the bat is some 3/0 Mustad extra wide, well, wide gap hooks. Set of 2 for soft plastics. That'll come in handy. You're going to be throwing some soft plastic worms or some soft plastic flukes or even some creature baits. That would be a good start. Next on the list is a Big Mouth Baits, loud baits for large fish. It's more of a spook type bait. Let's see there. Let's get the glare out. It's a topwater bait. I don't know how much I'll be using topwater, but you never know depending upon what area of the lake I pull in. And depending on the water temp and the weather temp and all that good stuff when we fish March 1st. But anyway, next on the list is a Clear Cut FX 960 jig. I believe this is like a little jig. This looks like to be a, I know it's about a 1/4 ounce, maybe 3/8 ounce, but it's definitely not a 1/2 ounce. Does it tell me? Let's see. Put the beepers on. It doesn't say right here, but I'm pretty sure the Lucky Tackle Box Tackle Guide will tell me. Let's see, because reading is fundamental, is it not? Let's see. No, it says rod size, reelable use, water depth, location. Yeah, it doesn't, unless I'm missing it, I don't see the actual size. But I would venture to say it's either a 1/4 or 3/8 ounce. And next on the list is a Bait Rigs Tackle Company. This wants to look like a creature bait. Let's see what we got. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a creature bait. Let's get a look at this puppy here. Little crawfish type. Yeah, crawfish type creature bait. That would come in handy if you wanted to throw that on that on the hooks that were supplied in this month's box. I'll probably throw it on that with maybe a little 1/4 ounce tungsten weight, give it a little weight to drop down in the grass or in the bushes or in some of the trees that we'll definitely be fishing on Lake Fork. Next is Smart Baits, color changing baits. There we go. I'm sure those will probably change from what they look like now. Pumpkin green to some sort of, most of the ones I've had before, yeah, would change from like a pumpkin green to maybe a little reddish. But yeah, you'd separate these two little appendages and the rest of them, separate those two so you get a little more action out of it when you put it on those probably same hooks that were sent. Next up, is a jigging spoon from BB Rattler. It's a nice little jigging spoon. There we go. Yeah. Now with this, if I would use it so that you don't get a lot of breakoffs from this, I would actually go ahead and put my own little, I don't know if I'd use an oval or a round split ring, or maybe something like that on there to get a better surface so that you don't, yeah, it feels like it's kind of sharp, and if you hit something big, it'd probably break you off right at the beginning if you don't try to change that little connection, or even a split ring or something like that too. But last on the list, it's a Lunker Hut Froglet. It's kind of light. Probably won't get thrown by me unless I wouldn't even try to throw it on a spinning reel. But let's show you what this one looks like. It's a Lunker Hut Froglet. I gotta be honest, I've never used one like this. You see, get a close up of that puppy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a top water. Even if you use it, what you'd want to do. See, what I normally do is I'll take my frogs, and if I can do that along the top where the hook is supposed to be, and I don't at least feel the top of the hooks, then you would probably want to bend these hooks out a little more to the top so that when you rake your hand up, you can feel the tops of the hooks, and that'll give you a slightly better hookup ratio. If I had, I do have a pair of pliers right here. So what I would do is, like I said, if you see the hook, I would take it, bend it slightly a little more up so that when you rake your hand over it, it'll still be weedless, but it shouldn't hook. And so when you rake your hand over it more now, I probably haven't done enough, and then this one, if you look at it on that one too, the back is wide right where the hook should be, so that'd probably be a little difficult too. Anyway, but it's called a Froglet, and good luck with that. But anyway, that was the gist of what's in the February 2019 Lucky Tackle Box goodies. I guess for some of us down here in the South, if we fish tournaments, they're all getting ready to get kicked off. Matter of factly, I fish in the North Division of the of Bass Champs, and I got my list right there. First tournament is March 2nd. Second tournament is April 27th. Third is May 18th, and the last is June 15th. So we have some coming up. I think one of the first ones in the Bass Champ, I think the South Division, was supposed to be at Falcon a couple weeks ago, but it was canceled, I believe, due to high winds. I think even the Rayburn one was moved too, because of Rayburn is like almost 8-9 feet high. So the official first one for Bass Champs as a whole is happening this weekend at Lake Travis. I don't fish that division. I haven't fished that lake yet either. But anyway, if you're getting out there, whatever region you are, trying to catch some fish, whether it's on the lake or in some nice ponds, I hope it's not too cold for you. And as always, remember, if you're not out fishing, you can't catch fish. Peace. Semper Fi. Hoorah.